Good morning, campers. So we're gonna do divine feminine, divine masculine check-in. So the same thing as we did yesterday, but for a different collective. So if yesterday's one doesn't resonate, maybe this one is yours. Or if this one doesn't resonate, maybe you should check out the yesterday's reading. All right. We're gonna start from divine feminine. So take a deep breath. Think about what's going on right now in your life. Think about how you're feeling. Just to make sure you're not going to make this fit. How is this feminine feeling? Let's do 4. I want to do 4. Start from 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, very nice. We have mind, body, soul, number 65. We have routine, number 24. I was hearing with this one that you're escaping into your routine, that you're building your routine. So maybe you are seeking, I'm hearing order in chaos. Routine is something that really helps us to connect to our masculine, because masculine energy is structure, is stability, is security, right? Even the inner masculine within us is supposed to make us feel safe, right? So sometimes when we're overwhelmed, when things are going on, when there's emotions, routine actually helps us. Side note, I don't know why it's coming to my mind. Maybe you work with children. That's why they actually say that children need routine, because it helps them to feel safe, right? Doing the same things every day at the same hours. It creates that sense of safety. We have energy healing. And we have go into the void. I want to read, we have 65, 24, 39, and 64. I want to read through this routine because I feel like it's important. Feminine power is chaos, creation, and creativity. We naturally need to flow with the rhythms of earth, of life, and of our bodies, and always trust things and will unfold for us when the time is right. Very true. Sometimes, however, we need to activate our masculine energy within to feel safe and to bring some structure and order into our free floating existence. This card is your sign that routine is needed in your life. Check in with yourself. What are your current aspirations and objectives? Are you acting with dedication and consistency towards your path? Introduce structure and routine into your daily schedule and get things done and move towards your goals. I talk about this all the time, and it's funny because we mentioned this in yesterday's Divine Masculine weekly oracle, that this is how the healthy feminine and masculine dynamics work, whether that's internally within us, your inner masculine, your inner feminine, or in divine union in a relationship. The feminine is creation, it's chaos, it's idea, it's ignition, it's that spark, it what starts everything. Feminine is the beginning of anything. And then the masculine, it goes like, I like this. Now I need to put this in motion, because masculine is forward movement, is structure, is building, is taking that creative force into actual physical existence. So maybe recently you've been feeling like this is what you need, like you need a little structure, like you need a little routine. Maybe also I'm hearing a little dedication to the ideas that you've been having, to actually put them in plan. I'm actually seeing someone creating a plan. So maybe you've created a plan. Maybe you got like one of these like I'm seeing like this, it's not an agenda, it's like one of these books that you have like calendar, but you also have like plan on a page, and you know your goals and things like that. It may be a detail for some of you. And the other cards are very beautiful because overall they talk about, we have energy healing and we have mind, body, soul, right? So you would have been doing a lot of, I'm hearing also exercises that connect you to your mind. So maybe you're doing Tai Chi, maybe you're doing yoga, maybe you're doing some breath work, connecting really to your body, anchoring yourself in your body. I feel like with this routine in mind, body, soul, maybe for the past cycles, you have been feeling like very ungrounded. Sometimes it happens, right? The key is always balance. So sometimes we can go a little bit too much in our air element, right? We're floating in the high vibration and in new ideas, in that feminine. The masculine really anchors us, right? It's the same thing when when you're already in divine union with your masculine, you can fully release your feminine, because he's always going to anchor you into the physical world, grounding energy, right? So I feel like maybe you have been floating a little bit around, and you felt that you really need this grounding energy. I'm hearing we have energy healing. I wanna read through this as well. In the physical world, everything is energy, and every object and being emits unique vibration that influence one another. It is very true. And you know what I always say with this card, that people, when they see tuning forks, right, and resonance as a scientific concept, they understand it and they get it. But when we start talking about energy to energy, person to person, person to tree, suddenly like we're crazy, okay? So it's very true. In this physical world, because beyond the physical world, everything is awareness. But in this physical world, everything emits energy. And every little thing, topics of conversation, people, places you go, music you listen to, emits energy that influences yours. To cultivate a peaceful and aligned life, you must understand and harness the flow of energy around you. Our energy bodies are quite sticky and very receptive to vibrations around it, especially if you are a healer or an empath. You need to educate yourself. I'm hearing something specific on how energy works and develop ways to protect, cleanse, and nourish your energy body. Learn to detach, let go of external influences, build spiritual resilience, and cultivate childlike energy in your life to keep your vibrations as high as possible. I was seeing someone, maybe you recently started noticing that crowds affect you. I was seeing someone very overwhelmed, like in a sort of a mall kind of a situation, or like a train station kind of a situation. So maybe this is also why you're trying to ground, because you've been doing a lot of spiritual work and you've noticed that, to be honest, but I feel overwhelmed by all of this, right? We do exist in a human body. We do exist in a physical body. This is also why I always say to you guys, that's the spiritual path of growth, of ascensions, of activations. It doesn't happen at once, because if you would take the you from the beginning of this journey and a you as you reach the end of the bridge, and you would activate all that within you, you will go crazy. I promise you. This is why it happens gradually, so your body can adjust. This is why ascensions happen, because your body is adjusting to the new frequency, to the new upgrades, to the new downloads and information, right? So maybe you started noticing it. I feel like that's something that you still need to do. Really focus on what energy surrounds me, what energy is around me, right? What do I need to still change and adjust? And we have go into the void. I actually do want to read through this as well, because it's very beautiful. We are the gatekeepers, a sacred portal through which all life comes to earth from spirit realm. Us feminine is very beautiful and very true. Through this portal, we have access to the void, the source, the divine knowledge. This is where all that is exists. This is where all that the answers reside. This card is your invitation to embrace this gift and learn to use your sacred portal to venture into the void. Be gentle, as this may be a very intense experience. Start from connecting to your womb. Learn to listen and protect it. Once you are ready, you can reach beyond the request guidance, information, or connect to your past lifetimes. This powerful practice will help you to remain in state of oneness with the universe. I feel like this is what actually you started doing. So maybe in the recent cycles, you've really I'm hearing ascension strongly. So maybe you went through an ascension, you really started raising your vibration, connecting in with the void. Maybe even you've been doing some womb work, and suddenly you found yourself a little bit overwhelmed with everything. So you need this grounding, routine kind of energy. All right. Let's check your energy. What's going on in your life right now? Where are you on your journey, on your beautiful journey? Where are you? And then we're going to do some guidance. Where is this feminine? What's going on? Whoop! I'm going to do 2 more and I'll pick that up. Hold on. Hold on. All right, we have 4 of coins in reverse, 7 of wands. We have waxing moon, 1 to 2 weeks, shifting consciousness, final steps. Okay. I'm making progress. I'm looking at this shifting consciousness, and we have page of coins in reverse. I feel this is really a confirmation of what we already said and what came through. So the next 2 weeks, I'm hearing actually 2 to 4 weeks are going to be crucial. I feel like you did go through a very powerful upgrade. I'm looking at my deck, and we have shamanic healing at the bottom of the deck. So maybe a detail for some of you, maybe you went on your first shamanic journey, maybe you started working with a shaman, or maybe just a detail for some of you. But I feel like something has been unlocked in your life that puts you on another level, right? And again, we need to adjust. We need to prepare ourselves. We need to whenever that new energy comes in, whenever that ascension comes in, we get upgraded, right? And then we need to get used to it. We need to work with our body, work with our energy body as well, and also sort of reflect this change in our external world. Take action in the physical, that masculine part of us. We have 4 of coins, 7 of wands. I feel like you are introducing some changes. I feel like you are decluttering your life. We have that energy healing. So maybe you already know this. Maybe you already started taking actions. That there are certain things in your life that you're not really needing. I'm hearing minimalism as well. So maybe you actually physically decluttering. Maybe you recently, had the need to clean your house, to get rid of old stuff, to make your life simpler. But I feel also, not just in the physical, but in all areas of your life, in all aspects of your life, strengthening boundaries as well, I'm hearing. I'm hearing also, there's this moment on our journey, right? In the beginning, when everything is so exciting, we ourselves start to heal, our life gets better. We notice how healing of our wounds, shadow work, deep inner work, self-reflection, how better it makes our life, how much it improves the quality of our living, even if we're still in pain, because obviously in the beginning you start digging and it comes to the surface, but it gets better. Through pain, you feel that release. You start to understanding yourself and life better. And we get into this bit of a spiritual arrogance in the beginning, right? And I always say that it links to healer wound. We start to want to fix everyone, to force our truths on everyone, to say, oh my God, this helped me. You have to do this. You have to go to shadow work. You have to start doing this and that, right? But in reality, at one point, as we continue to heal and we deeply heal that healer wound, we understand that our job as healers is to exist. Whoever is ready for healing will come towards us. We cannot force this on friends, on family, on people. We cannot, give them books and send them links. We have to let go and let people be. I'm hearing that there is something about letting go with you right now. It's like you're allowing things to be. Maybe in the past also you would find yourself triggered in certain situations, in certain conversations. Whenever things would pop up, you would want to correct people. You would want to share the truth that you have seen with others. And now you're just observer. You're just listening, right? You know what you know, but you just want to avoid Meddling. I'm hearing meddling. But there is something about that procrastination. I feel like you're needing your masculine energy right now. So maybe you've been having a lot of ideas, a lot of things that you want to, but there's a need for consistency. There's a need for commitment, consistency, and dedication. Four of Coins. The Magician, that's nice. And the Empress. The Empress. That's really nice. I'm really sensing a very powerful upgrade. You would notice, you would feel this. Don't make this fit, right? You would feel different. You would feel different in your body as well. It's like you're really getting closer to that true divine feminine frequency. I know we always, as we do these readings from the beginning of this journey, we go like divine feminine, divine masculine. But in order to be divine, there's a long journey ahead. And once we actually are divine, both of us, we're in union, right? So as we are on this journey, it's not the journey of divine feminine, truly. It's the journey towards your divinity. And I feel like you're getting closer. You would feel, I'm hearing more relaxed in your body, more relaxed in your life. It's just this letting go. It's just this really in your very core, that feeling of, I'm not pursuing anything because what's mine, it will really fall into, right? And there's something about creative force. I feel like whatever happened, it made you really trust and really feel to your very core that us feminines, we are that creative force. Summer solstice, what does it say? Pinnacle of success, few weeks, let go of control, confirmation, celebrate life, have fun, summer. We are in summertime, at least in northern hemisphere. But again, it's confirmation, a few weeks. We're going to ask what's going to happen in a moment in those few weeks. But I feel like you are releasing. I feel like, and remember what I always say, achieving certain things and milestone on this journey of healing, and this journey of our growth, it doesn't happen from one day to another. It's not like you're not divine feminine and something happens and you're there. It's frequency. So you have to learn to work with it. In the beginning, we go in and out. We go through variety. You know how I always say that healing is like this. We constantly return to same woundings, to same places, but we're different. We're ready to approach things from different perspective, right? But I feel this shift is really big for you. It's this shift that I don't know how to describe this, so you know what I'm saying. First thing, it's like they're showing me like you're opening like a flower. Like you're truly opening to this journey, starting to sense this journey differently, starting to feel this journey differently. And you are going through a big chunk of release. Does it mean that within those next weeks, as you transition, you will completely let go of anything? Perhaps no. Perhaps there will be certain things that here and there, you know, again, we have to adjust. But really, maybe in the past, I'm hearing you thought that you had moments of release. But now, as it will actually happen, you will feel like, damn, this is when I'm actually releasing. When I'm actually just flow. I'm hearing flow. King of Wands. And I want one more. This is actually nice. I feel like you're hearing in the back of your head that you need this routine. 5 of Wands. I'm hearing that it's like in the back of your head, you're hearing that you need this routine, you need this determination, but there's something within you that doesn't feel like it. Remember what we said? It's like you're floating very much in your air element, and something is telling you that you need to ground, but it's like it's not time yet. And this is what I'm hearing these 2 weeks. Take those 2 weeks. We're going to do guidance in a second, but take those 2 weeks to really learn to work with this new frequency that you're at right now. Truly connect to your feminine. Do your mind and body connection exercises, whatever it is that you're doing. If you haven't started but you feel like it, breath work, tai chi, dancing, yoga, self-massage as well. Do that. Feel into the feminine frequency. Allow it to flow. Float a little bit in the air still. It's okay. And I feel like within those 2 weeks, you will naturally just drop. You will naturally just be able to connect to your masculine as well. I feel like this collective, you're very much in your feminine right now. I want to confirm this 5 of Wands before we move. Autumnal equinox, prepare for change. Prepare for change a few months. Make long-term plans, express gratitude. Fall. I'm hearing that they're preparing you for something. Some sort of a I am hearing acceleration. It's like this, they're showing me like this 2-step transition, 2-step change. You're going through one right now, right? This is your summer. This is your enjoying my feminine. This is floating with the air element, right? This is really being in the void. Maybe you need to stay in that void for a couple of more weeks to still prepare yourself for something, to still gain certain guidance and knowledge. I feel like for this collective right now, what you need is a lot of meditation, a lot of contemplation, a lot of nature, a lot of energy healing. I'm hearing, they are showing me those tuning forks. So maybe you need some sound baths, whatever resonates, whatever you feel guided towards. I feel like you need that to really be in your divine feminine. You know that song? And then within those weeks, when you're ready, something's going to happen that they're going to drop you in your masculine. They're going to ground you. You're going to feel the need to do that. And that's when the next stage of that transition will happen. Sort of a moving into the fall. That you will need this, the fierceness of the feminine, yes, but you will need that masculine. You will need that charisma, that forward movement, that I'm not afraid of competition, I'm not afraid of challenge. Do you know what I mean? All right, let's see. Let's see what's coming, and then we're gonna do your masculine. Then you're gonna do your masculine. What's coming for this feminine? Council of Light, divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. I feel like, you know how I always say, that we do have us, those of us who are meant to be healers, who are here to live a life of service, to help others. We have very strong spiritual team, right? We're always, sometimes it's so funny how in the beginning of this journey, like in the first years, we want certain things and we like, when is this happening? When is that happening? When is my, career accelerating? Where's my masculine? Right? And it's like you finally realize when you go, and oftentimes it happens when you go into the void, you see things from different perspectives, from that step back lifetimes sort of a kind of situation, and you start to understand that you're down here moaning about things that you want, and they're up there just trying to really pull the strings of everything that has to come together to put you on your highest, most aligned timeline. And sometimes remember, even when we already are on our highest, most aligned timeline, things still have to fall into place to activate abundance on this timeline, to activate love on this timeline. But we're already there, right? We're already anchored in that energy. So I feel like what you need to remember is that they are preparing something for you. Your team is working on it. There's so many puzzle pieces that have to fall into place. So really, this is why they're putting you in this let go sort of a mindset. And it's funny, it's coming to my mind that oftentimes on this journey, you know, when we hear soon, it's going to happen soon, remember that our spirit team, they are not in the physical world. They don't have concept of time. Concept of time is for us. It's to experience this lifetime. So oftentimes for humans, especially when we are wounded, especially when we're still in longing, when we hear soon, we think, tomorrow, in a week. Soon is within a year. That's soon. What's a year? Comparing to 70, 80, 90 years that we live, and those of us who are starseed, who are healers, who come here with a mission, who surrender to this mission and live a life of service, we usually do have long lives, right? So if you think about this, what's a year? A year. 5 years is soon, okay? 5 years is nothing. It's all divinely orchestrated. You know, it's the same thing on this journey as they say with fruit. It's just about time when it's ripe. Not too soon when it's not ready. Not too late. Too many. But yes card wanted to come through. I'm going to do a few more for you. The crumbling, what are you clinging on to? This is sort of a tower moment. Maybe there is still something that they wanting you to let go. You would know. You would know. You are in a state of release right now. So you are letting go of limiting beliefs. You would know. Why am I hearing it's something related to Pentacles, the physical world? Maybe you still have some limiting beliefs when it comes to money, making money, feeling safe and feeling secure in this world. Maybe that's something that you still need to let go of. Sisterhood of the Rose, beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher. I really felt something as I was reading through that rose. Maybe you have a rose tattoo. That's maybe a detail for some of you. Or you will see someone with a rose tattoo. But it's sort of giving me this, I don't want to read for the booklet because what I don't like about most oracle. This is why my oracle cards have writing on them, because I can't be bothered. And they usually 3 pages of read. But it's giving me this vibe of this, exactly that, this high priestess, this mystic. This is why they're putting you in this energy, right? To really feel into your mission, what you're going to be doing. I want one more. Inner temple, devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. There are two cards that say devotion, and what's coming to my mind, they're showing me a difference and a similarity between devotion and commitment, right? Devotion is very feminine, whereas commitment is very masculine.